All right, everyone, I will cut off the first 3 minutes of this. I realized that I was not live on my mic, but welcome to the channel. I broke the seal on this, so I won't be able to leave that on there. But let's go ahead and talk through really quickly what this is. So this is the QWERKYWRITER, and you'll see I just cut this seal. I have not opened this box yet. I just started to. I backed this when it was a Kickstarter. Early on in the beginning part of the summer, I saw Mark Kelly over from the Spark do a review on this and when they launched the Kickstarter, and was really impressed. As someone who's old enough to remember typewriters and was actually taught on an electric typewriter how to type, this really intrigued me, really got me interested, and I wanted to open it live with you all here tonight. So we're going to do that, and then I'll do an official video with an unboxing and some other things in the future. But let's go ahead and open this up really quick and take a look at what is in the box. So you'll notice it comes very padded. Now, this was a Kickstarter campaign. It was my first ever Kickstarter that I ever backed. And I did it because of what it was. I just really thought it was going to be cool. And I did this about the same time I backed the Allura-Tech, and of course the Allura-Tech wasn't successful as a Kickstarter campaign, but it was successful in becoming a product. So let's go ahead and pull out whatever's in here, and let's talk about what the device is. So this is a Bluetooth keyboard, but meant to mimic a traditional typewriter. So let me go ahead. You get in the box, you get a nice card with a QR code and gives you some different manuals and support. All of that's online. I believe that's, well, and then underneath that, you get a nice braided USB-C to A cable. I know a lot of people aren't necessarily excited about the USB-A, but I still have a lot of A inputs, and this is something that I welcome because I can always put an adapter if I need to go C to C. And I like that they give you that, and actually this one comes with both. So it's an A to A, it's a C to C and an adapter for A. So that's actually how I think these companies should do that moving forward. It makes a lot of sense, and it gives a lot of people the ability and the option to be able to really use this the way that they want to. And then here you can remove your keycaps. So that's what this device is for. I don't know that I'll be swapping these keycaps out. That's generally not my thing, but then again, I didn't think I would buy this device until I saw it and got really excited about it. So let's go ahead and pull this out of the plastic. I'll do that off camera real quick and then pull it back. All right, so let's put this thing down here. And it has this cover to protect your keys. So we'll pull that off. And, firing questions to the chat. I apologize when I first went live. This was not, I didn't have my audio on. So for about 2 minutes, almost 3 into the stream, there was nothing there, and I do apologize for that. But now we're up and running. Everything is good. I believe I have audio. I'm seeing concurrent viewers, so if you can just let me know in the chat to make sure that you're hearing me, I would appreciate it. I'm going to pull over the mic a little bit so that I can get in front of this thing. And one thing I can tell you, and one other thing, as part of the Kickstarter campaign, I also got the wrist rest because I'm a big fan of wrist rests. Ever since I got my Logitech keyboard, which I absolutely love. I got the MX key, and it's just such a great device. And the wrist rest that comes with it is very comfortable and really gives you a good experience. So if I put this here and I put this wrist rest, you'll see this is a very premium looking device, and it has a very premium wrist rest that you can put on here. Yeah. Which one do you like, Aaron? Thanks for popping on, by the way. Sorry, earlier I didn't have audio, but do you like the wrist rest? Do you like these actual keyboards? Have you had one before? Let me know in the comments. I'm really interested in this device because I can see this being something I can use to use my e-ink tablet as an actual typewriter. At least that's my hope. And I can tell you just from using these keys for the first few minutes, I unboxed it. You all got to see the first one. It's very comfortable. They push really well. They don't have a large tap or a very heavy tap sound. It's not really loud, and I think that can be really cool. Yeah, the keyboard. I thought it looked great when Mark had it, and I had to get it. So I did the Kickstarter, pretty excited about it, thought it was going to be a lot of fun. And so far, like I said, first impressions, it's very, very pretty. I mean, I don't know that the camera is doing it justice. I'm doing 60 frames per second, so hopefully you're seeing that. But very nice keys. It did come with the key removal tool, so you can switch out the keys if you want to. And then it's got this place back here to hold in the tablet. So my idea with this is to be able to put my e-ink tablet in here and be able to do some typing sessions, turn this into an old school typewriter experience. Especially with the Note Max, I'm thinking that could be a lot of fun to type in this. And even with the Manta, I think it could be a really good time to type with it. So, see what we've got here. Yeah, Aaron, you're right. For some reason, I lost the chat for a minute. But yeah, I think it's going to be really cool with e-ink, and I think it's going to be a good time. It is a Bluetooth keyboard, so it's a wireless keyboard, but I think you can also wire it in. I'm not going to be able to do the full demo right now. I just wanted to take a look at the device and let you all see it. And I'll do a full unboxing. And of course, you've got here, and let me see if I can pull this up to the camera so you can see it. So there's a USB, and then you can have up to 3 Bluetooth line ins for this. So ideally, I could have this, and I don't think I would use it for my main computer. I mean, it maybe, but I doubt it. I could have this set up to be used with the Manta. I could also have it set up to be used with the Note Max. And being able to switch those out and, kind of type in different formats just to see how that works, I'll probably do that. And I may have it occasionally as a backup to my main keyboard, but quite frankly, I do love this low profile keyboard, the Logitech MX series. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorites, and it's why I got the wrist rest with this. And as part of the campaign, they were also, when they reached a stretch goal, selling a number pad. And you'll notice that I have a full-size keyboard on my Logitech, and that's the one thing I'm missing a little bit with this layout, because I use the number pad a lot. So when I get that number pad, that's really going to complete this look for me, and I'll be able to have it over here. But I will tell you, these are very smooth. There is a great activation distance as I'm typing with these. You have your shift keys and your arrows in just the right spots. And I think it's going to be great. And you've got your Windows key, your Alt key, so you can set up for Mac or Windows. And I think that's going to be one of my favorite components to it. But let me grab over here really quick. Grab my briefcase here, And Aaron's got something in the chat. He says, I enjoyed typing on the 10.3 and the Manta is a little bigger, so it should be a good time. Yes, I absolutely agree. I think that when you put these in here, they're going to look really good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my Note Max and the Manta. So let me move that really quick. And let me grab the Manta. And then let me grab the Note Max. And while we're doing that, fire things in the chat. Like I said, I'm not going to be able to get these hooked up. I'm only going to be on for a little bit tonight. But I was pretty excited when this came in, and I'm going to film the video here after a while and have that set up. And also, there will be an affiliate link for this because this is now available. It's out of Kickstarter. And I went ahead and reached out to the company and said, would you mind sending me an affiliate link? And I'd be happy to do that if I decide to recommend the device. So I'm not going to recommend it immediately. I think it's beautiful, and I think it's really reminiscent of the experience if you ever typed. But I am going to put the Note Max, and I'll have to pull this down a little bit so it'll sit. So I'm a little cramped on this desk. I think this will actually be on my desk behind me, which if you're familiar with the study, that's my large executive desk. And it's where I plan to use this type of experience. But you can see right here, that fits in very nice with the Note Max. So the A4 size tablet, I think may be ideal for this type of thing, just because of the format and the structure. And I'm going to go ahead and pull my Manta folio off as well. So we'll show both of these. Yeah, it looks massive, doesn't it? It's kind of a camera angle too, so it's a little bit of an optical trick there. But I think that it's going to be pretty cool once you get it and once you get it down. So yeah, there's the Note Max, and I think that would be a really good time to have either Word or just a Notes app up and be typing in this. And I think it's going to be just a lot of fun to use and give you that feel of an old school typewriter. And if I remember right, you can use this to kind of mimic a return. So instead of hitting return or enter, I can go ahead and just do this, and it will advance the lines, kind of like that old school from when I was a kid and learning how to type in the 10th grade or junior year, I can't remember, in high school, on an electric typewriter. This actually gives you an even more authentic experience of the older electric typewriters, like the one my mom had, that had these types of keys. But these are very well-made keys, and I love that they have this look to them. I love the brushed kind of shiny black caps on all of this. It's very premium feeling. And let's take a look at the Manta in here as well. So let's go ahead and put the Manta in. And see, this is going to be much smaller, but it actually fits really snugly in there. And I think that would be a really good experience. And it fits just within everything. And you could see that being in landscape and being able to type, and that just being a lot of fun. So what are your thoughts? Would you buy something like this? I mean, it's not cheap. It's what I paid for the early release. And remember, I'm going to have the keypad, so I'm going to have that as well, plus the wrist rest, which are all options. I paid a little over $300 for the whole set. Now, I don't know that you would need all of that. It would depend on your preferences. I mean, obviously, this is a very premium wrist rest with the emblem embossed and all of that, but I wanted to support the company, and so that's why I went ahead and purchased this. But to me, I think that just the look of it and the style of it, and even this twists, so I would assume, and as we go through and I do some testing and I get this up and running, I would assume that you're going to have that this would advance your line maybe. because it does twist, because this will do an enter. And then Aaron says, I like the Manta better. Well, I was thinking the same thing, Aaron. I think I like them both, the way they look on it. I think the Manta definitely looks better from this vantage point. And now that they've started to really get their text entry and their typing experience down, it could be the best of the two. We'll just have to see. And of course, you can use Word on either one of them. So that would be a plus. You could only use Google Docs on the Books platform. So I would have to use that if I wanted to type in a Google Doc. But as far as just the look of it, it almost looks like this was meant to have somewhere around that 10 to 11 inch tablet in this slot. And it is a nice slot. I don't think it'll scratch. It is metal. There's no padding here, but there is along this edge right here some rubber. So I think that is going to help. I might put something here just as a cushion, but right now it fits in there really snugly. It's not going anywhere. It centers, and I think that's pretty cool. So while we've got this, and fire in some more questions. Aaron says 300 is not a bad price for what you get. I don't think either. I mean, depending on what you've got going on as far as keyboards, and some of the keyboards I've seen are out of sight. And, again, nothing about that. I mean, some of them, they range all different price ranges. But for what you're getting here, 3 channels, Bluetooth enabled, ability to be wired, a full-sized keyboard, the ability to add a number pad, and the wrist rest, which is what I did. And like I said, I'll get the affiliate link and the pricing and all of that in the description after this. This is an impromptu live stream, so you're not going to see all of that immediately, but you will get it shortly after this. But let's hold this thing up. And this thing, the total package weighed about 5 pounds. So I would say that this is probably 3.5 pounds or so on its own. But again, you'll see all the different keys and keycaps here. And then you can see on the back here and on the bottom, we've got the rubber feet. And I believe, you have to go online to actually get to the instructions, but I believe that may be the power button there, but we'll just have to find that out after the fact. I don't have time to go through all of that now. But as I said before, it is, and it may not have a charge. Like I said, I did just receive it today, but just look at the detail here all the way around on this. And you can see that key distance there. Very nice. And it's all metal construction. I mean, obviously the caps are not metal. They're plastic. But as far as the device itself, this is all metal and really, really a nice package. And Aaron says the native text note on Books actually works good for typing. Not great, but it is good. Yeah, and actually Supernote is there now too, and they do have your basic shortcuts. So you can bold, underline, italics, do things like that on there. It took them a long time to get there. It's not as great when you're typing in a text note, which is their new feature, but it does a good job for what it is. But when you do it in their document type, which is actually a Word document, which is one advantage that Supernote does have over the other platforms, is that when you type in a document on there, it's a Word document. So when you go to open that on any other device, you open that and it opens in Word. Now you don't get full functionality, you don't get all the menus, but the document type saves as that. And Aaron also says a good quality Bluetooth keyboard is about $200, so it's not a bad price for this and a nice product. Yeah, I agree. I think, and let me see if I can, I'm going to check real quick and see if I can pull up their website. So Let me pull over here, and let me pop off of here and go back to the discussion for a minute, and we'll see if, yeah, that pulled me in. All right, so let me go ahead and I'll pull up this window. Having trouble typing at this angle. There we go, QWERKYWRITER. So let me go ahead and go to screen share. And you should, pull that over here. And you should be able to see. Well, I can't get up there. Hold on just a second, folks. This is the love of live streaming. Oh, that's why it's on the wrong screen. There we go. All right, so QWERKYWRITER keyboards. Sorry about that. So we'll pop back over here, and then we'll get my... Yeah, Aaron, on the Supernote, definitely. That's something a lot of people don't know about it, is the fact that they've really taken a lot of time and put a lot of effort into making that better than they did before. And you'll notice here that this really does, in that previous image, have something about that 10 to 11 inch size. This looks like just a regular tablet. And I think they're trying to be generic on purpose, but that, oh no, actually that is an iPad, because there's the App Store icon. So, you know, this idea of maybe they are trying to target the iPad market for this, and that could be a really good reason. And this is their older model, and of course they do have them in different colors. This is the anniversary edition, which is why it was on Kickstarter. But I really do think that this is a nice way to be able to type and be kind of portable with it. It's heavy. I mean, it's 3 to 4 pounds. So and you can buy an optional carrying case and all kinds of other stuff with it. But I went knowing that I'm primarily going to use it here at my executive desk and basically for dedicated writing sessions. I think this is going to be a really good time. And then, of course, you can go to all of the different ones. And there's a picture of the number keypad, which I think is going to be really cool to have. So I'm pretty interested in that. And then, yeah, actually, it looks like just for the keyboard, Aaron, this is the anniversary edition. So this is the one that I have. And it's $249. You can go with the slightly older edition, just the US, for $199. So that's actually a pretty good price for these, I think, when you're talking about what you get. Now, then you do have to add on the optional accessories. And of course, they go up from there. I mean, you can get one white with the chrome. You can get an international edition. There's actually the number pad that I'm going to get, which is pretty cool. So they've got a lot of different components. So, I mean, if you go all in, and I got it for the Kickstarter price, and that's why for me it was about $300 all in. This is going to be $99. If you went with just the stock instead of the anniversary edition, it would be $199. So you're right at that $300 mark. $350 if you throw in the anniversary edition. And then if you go to the wrist rest, which I don't see the wrist rest, so I'm not sure the price on that right now. And they do have bundles, so that's something I should have said too. So you can buy some bundles of different things here. So here's just the bundle with the actual keyboard itself and the number pad for right at $300. But it looks like the wrist rest, I don't know if that's something they just don't have right now on the shop or if it's under accessories here. Yep, there it is. So about $25. And then, of course, you can go and buy the carrying case or something like that. So yeah, whatever you all think. Again, I'm going to hop off here in a second, but I just wanted to show this to you. Thought it was interesting. Wanted to pop it out there just to get some other opinions on it. I do like it. Initial first impressions. Obviously, I wouldn't have backed it on Kickstarter if I didn't like it, but I think it's going to be pretty good here. And yeah, and I will get that posted as soon as I can, Aaron, after the stream ends. I just got the affiliate link earlier today. But thanks for that support. Again, I'm not saying to go out and run out and buy this yet. I haven't really used it. I haven't turned it on or gotten it hooked up. And I'll do the full video and really talk through what the experience is like. But if it's something that you see, or if you saw Mark Kelly's video and then you've seen that now I have it and you're like, I've got to get that and I want to get it now, I always appreciate when folks buy through my affiliate links. It helps the channel tremendously. I really appreciate it. And, you know, I do things that are about productivity and organization. And to me, this is a productivity device. If I can turn off this big computer that I have here and focus on writing at my executive desk for a couple of hours, and I can really see this being valuable when I'm grading student papers, because I can mark them up by hand. I can put them into this and add Bluetooth typed comments in a really easy, seamless way. To me, from a grading perspective and an academic perspective, which is where I come from a lot of the times, this is going to be a potential organization and productivity boost for me, because it gets me disconnected, but still connected, if that makes sense. You know, I'm disconnected enough to where I'm not seeing all of the YouTube metrics. I'm not seeing all of the Discord channel chats pop up, or any of the things that are going on in this world that kind of keep you head down. I'm going to be right here in the moment doing what I need to do. And quite frankly, I don't use my executive desk enough. And this gives me the ability to do that untethered from the main computer. So, and I get the natural light behind me of the windows during the day. So it's a win-win all the way around. And I think that that's something that's worth a little bit of a premium if you're going to buy that. So anyway, everybody, thanks for those of you who tuned into this live. If you didn't, as soon as I'm able, I'm going to cut off the front part, 3 minutes that didn't have sound, and get that cleaned up a little bit. And if you're watching it on the replay, hopefully that's where you find it, or you skimmed ahead and you are able to see that I did go through with the video and we do hit sound. But Aaron, as always, thank you for hopping in. Thanks for the support. And until next time, keep on moving forward, everyone, and I will talk to you soon. Have a good night. Bye.